Okay.
We're good. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I wasn't even paying attention to the time. I was kind of waiting on Brian to slow down.
No, I just wanted to get some of that.
Okay, so let's go for approval of minutes for the October 2nd meeting. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the October 2nd meeting minutes.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And money matters. Do I have a motion to approve the appropriations docket, appropriations report, payroll docket, and the revenue report?
I make a motion to approve the appropriations report, payroll docket, and revenue report.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, down to new business, or do we need to start
Yeah,
somewhere different?
that's fine. I'm gonna let Brian do, I'm assuming he'll be here in a few, this Gemino contract.
Okay, so we'll
I
come
don't
back
know
to that.
anything about that, but I can do
Okay.
the other three.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So in your packet, you have the holidays, which are pretty self-explanatory. 26 is a election, not for us, but an election year. So I take out Columbus Day and President's Day and put in the
The two
election days, okay? But other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the holiday one, there's one in here that you will sign, the one that's in your package, just for your reference only to keep for next year. And I will take, if I could get a motion
To
on
approve
that,
that.
I'm gonna do them separately, if that's okay.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the 2026 holiday
I
calendar?
make a motion, we approve of the 2026 holiday calendar.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay, and there is a pay schedule too. You don't have to approve that, but I would appreciate it if you did. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah. Oh, there is a change though. Because I'm open on Fridays now because I'm there. I have to pay on Friday. I paid on Thursday before, and that's what the 7-year-old said because it said Monday through Thursday we were open 8:30 to 3:30. Well, then I started coming in on Friday, and we're open on Friday now. So my lady from the state, she's like, "You really need to pay on Friday if you're open on Friday." Like it was okay on Thursday because we weren't.
Sure.
So I'll be paying on Friday now because I'm open and I'm there on Friday. I had no idea, in all the years I've done this, I had no idea that really mattered.
Oh, Uncle Sam just has to
Right. And I was like, okay.
fix the difference.
I didn't
If we
really,
get a
thank
pay,
you,
not crash
thank
your
you.
Friday.
Like
And
most
I-
government jobs, like military pays on the 1st and the 15th.
Right.
So whatever
mean,
day that is the day
I
it is.
thought it was just, and honestly, I like doing it on Thursdays because if I have an error or if the
Sure.
computer goes down, well, good luck with that one, you know,
Right,
so,
right.
but here we are.
We'll make it work.
I'll make it work, but
Make a
I
motion
wanted you to know that.
approve the pay schedule.
I second.
I'm just like, what else?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay. And then I did do a council meeting assuming you were gonna meet Thursdays again. I can change that. I just
How
went
how
ahead
does
and
that
did
work
one.
for everybody? Are Thursdays good or do we need to think
That's
about
good.
changing?
I've got
Change
one,
it.
that's about three times.
Okay, that's fine. You guys are,
Yeah.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I said we change it.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
so if you're okay with that, then I did include one of those as well, so,
Yeah, so January 8th technically the 2nd, but all the rest are first Thursdays.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because we're not.
yes, correct, thank you. Mhm.
Wait, say that.
I make a
See, your
the
first one's
8th,
just
Oh,
eight
second
because,
Thursday
because
is
of
the
the
first
holiday.
Monday.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the town council meeting date and times.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
all right. We
Okay.
can keep moving
Go down to
along.
old business. Is that okay? We can always come back up. to that when he gets up.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have on old business, the ordinance 6-2025, the salary ordinance for 2026. Is this just the reading?
This is just the reading. You're
Okay.
gonna approve it in December.
December?
Okay, it has to hit 3 council meetings.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now, if you've already approved and done your business now, well, Brian's not, we'll wait on him. I mean, but
Ready
if
to
we have to do
circle
something
and come
different,
back?
Well, not really. I don't, if you're gonna get this person, if you're gonna get a person, I just wanna give you an idea. If say you guys wanna hire another person, okay? What we'll do is just amend the salary ordinance.
Sure, okay.
I mean, unless you get that done between now and December.
Yeah.
I don't know if that, I have no idea, but we can add it on to the current one. Otherwise, if it's January, we'll amend it and we'll add on that person, okay? The other thing on that is, I don't know if you read in Kevin's email about Matt or whatever, that deputy is still on there, it's just listed as a deputy, I went ahead and kept that on there. So
Yes,
that's
please.
just if you guys decide to get a third one, or you don't, it doesn't matter, it's already done, we don't have to amend that.
Good,
Okay? Alright, so really, you don't do anything with that.
Okay. Now we're down to the community center future.
That'd be
Dave
Jen.
was gonna be here.
Are we
Oh,
gonna,
Dave is gonna be here?
we can
I
take
have,
that.
I have,
Okay.
Dave called me, so their three, or I don't know about recommendations, but some of the things they came up with is get the town offices to the community center. The Darlington Forever has $8,000 available to help fill the fuel oil if needed.
For this
And,
year.
well, if we
Like
need it,
it-
like,
right,
yeah,
right, that's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
basically,
Yeah, okay.
that they would help. And then this, he said it, so I'm gonna say it, they request that there's more dialogue, which I feel like we've been to them, so I mean, we just gotta keep
that open.
keep the open communications and whatnot.
I want to add to that, because I was at that meeting. This 8,000, they said they would help 26, and they could probably help the 20. They would help until, they said, till we got our feet on the ground, or
Right.
more or less the utilities would take over. And they are very much recommending that we move over here, if they give this money.
Okay, and I'm just gonna, cause I don't really know, but if we move over here, but you had talked about renting out some of the offices or whatever, you're not gonna be able to do that because you're not gonna have any offices. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't care when, I'll work wherever, but you won't have that opportunity to make money off of offices to rent out.
So I think what they were what came up at the meeting before that, I was
And the
sick,
same
so I didn't
thing.
go to this meeting, but, what they were talking about is maybe moving over here and renting out, see if we can rent out those
The
office spaces.
The office where you are
The
now.
office, the office
Instead
building,
of selling the building.
instead of selling it, but that was the other
Just
thing
an
that
idea.
came up. Yeah, just an idea, yeah.
But
It was that, man, I mean, I don't think they would say, if you're never gonna do that, I don't know what they would say. Dave had so many other things he was gonna mention, but that was the main thing. He said, and they figured out how they could pay this 8,000. And he said, because they get money once a year. Crawfordsville,
Community.
yeah, and they get, I can't remember exactly what they get, but it's close to that. And they get that, but next year it may not be, but they would still have some funds coming in that they're getting, to help pay that. And they didn't say we just gonna pay it for one time or two times. They were hoping that if we moved over here, we'd be able to handle all this. And that's just the way they put it to me. So I'm just gonna tell you that. That's what they mentioned, and I'm just surprised Dave isn't here, because he was gonna come and explain all that tonight.
I take it as it's basically an emergency fund.
Yes.
I'm not gonna sit there and say we're gonna.
No, I think I'm like you.
That's my
But-
feeling.
Because if Dave says he's gonna be somewhere, he's
We're
there.
gonna, we're gonna figure that
Something's
out.
happened or something's going on that, and then I think they're very excited about us moving over here. Because when we first got it, the building, which has been what, 15 or 20 years ago? 17? That was the whole idea of the past boards and the community action, to think that was us moving over here. But I would think if we moved over here, it would be, Cause I don't know how much you'd even get rental in business in here. I think that'd be very hard. To say you can have a business going on in this building. I don't know how easy that's gonna be, and I'll be surprised, cause I was surprised about that in Blunt, you know. Maybe several would wanna come in here and have a little business, I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I ask is that, I mean, I'm not the only employee, Brian is, and Michelle and Kevin. And that's fine, that's the advice, but I want you guys to ask, and us too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, because
Well,
my
you guys
concern,
were all for it, like when we were discussing coming, my understanding, when we were
Right.
first talking about
Yeah,
coming over here before. So I guess I was kind of under the impression everybody was on board if we did decide to do that, that wasn't gonna be an issue. Due to the, we kind of jump started, got gung ho and got some estimates and.
well, that's what I told them. I said, cause they thought maybe we decided, not to, I said, well, as far as I know, or I'm picking up from the board, we would love to come over here. Matter of fact, we had some estimates on everything. And first of all, we found out how expensive some of that was gonna be, so we have to cut back. I mean, we couldn't do what we wanted to do. And so, I'm just telling you, that's all I really know. But they are in favor of moving over here, I know that. But I would wait, and maybe Dave could come next month. and
Oh,
explain
yeah,
some
I
of
mean,
this.
it's not gonna be,
Yeah,
our decision's not
We're
gonna
not
be
moving
made,
over here
not at
next
all.
week. We're not,
No.
that's not.
but I need to explain something if I've seen Gun. I'm not against it, I'm not
She
for,
put
I
it
don't,
up, yeah.
I need to make
Business.
that clear.
Yeah.
I came with you with options to pay for the building, is what I came
Yeah.
with you, and that option was, you can move these offices over here and sell the other building, and then the funds from that could help us.
Offset
Supply
the
this.
cost, absolutely.
Right, yeah,
Right.
so I wanna make
Yeah.
that clear, I wasn't speaking for
No.
anybody about, hey, this is what we want. I don't look at it that way, I look at it what's best for, what's most cost efficient.
But
Sure.
it was a good idea. It is
Absolutely.
a very cost efficient idea.
So
And
I just wanna make
understand
sure
that-
I didn't speak
I
because
understand.
I
that-
wasn't doing that, I'm
Right.
just trying to
No,
throw
and I
something.
wasn't trying to imply that, no. I
Okay,
mean, no,
now, my
not at all.
concern is that, my only concern is what's gonna be going on behind these doors during the day when we're working. I am concerned about that, because I mean, to be honest with you, I don't wanna listen to basketballs during the day if it's nothing against
No.
Joe, but you know what I mean?
Oh, I
If
get
it's
it.
evening,
No,
I don't
everything,
care.
Totally
everything that
get
I
it.
would,
Okay,
totally get it.
okay.
I
I was
get
gonna
it.
say, everything that I would blame would be after
Yeah.
you.
After
close.
work,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then, Kevin, I think, has some security concerns
Absolutely.
about that, and no, he hasn't addressed those because he's just not sure where
Cause
we're
we
at.
don't know yet, yeah,
So
absolutely, that's fair.
why when I say come to the employees, for me and Michelle, that would be it, to make sure that we don't have to
Oh, yeah.
babysit or do anything out here
Yeah.
during the day.
Right.
For Brian, he has a whole different, he probably has his own for electrical, and then of course Kevin will
Absolutely.
on his side,
Yeah.
that I'm sure they can all get worked out or whatever, but
Sure.
he hasn't spoke up just because, we
Well,
were
we don't
kind of
know
not in limbo, so.
Right,
All right, but we'll go.
understandable.
Yes,
Understandable.
so that was my only thing, you might ask. me
Absolutely.
Or whatever. Mike wouldn't care because he just has a desk and I don't know where he'll be at anyway, so he may be sharing a desk with one of us,
Right.
so
Just my
it's
take,
his privilege.
just for the record, my take is we got to figure out a way to get over here one way or the other. That's my take on it. I mean, we might have to really cut back on what we wanna do for the time being, or try to phase it to where we can make it operational,
Right.
make it safe, the doors, some
Exactly.
stuff's got to be done on that list, it just has to be.
Right.
But some of the other stuff that we were wanting to do, although it would be beautiful and look really good, we could probably get by with just desks for a little while and try
Some
to
of the
figure out how
cosmetic
to.
things.
But that's just my take for the record is I feel like we have to figure out a way to get over here.
And with that said, Michelle and I just as soon bring over ours.
Your desk, that would be awesome.
Our
That's-
cabinetry and our desks,
Yeah.
because they work with what we do.
Sure.
And they're custom built for what we do. And, Mr., the man who gave me the bid, said that they were, or maybe it was Gary Cox, said that they can be removed, because they were removed and put down
Yeah,
here,
they were in the
that
fire
they could be
station
removed
first.
from down there,
And put-
put in here. And
Perfect.
Kevin, I think, he just put his own up too, so I think it can be removed too, because he changed it when he took over.
Sure.
I think he went and bought that
Right,
or whatever, or
sure.
fixed it or whatever.
Yeah.
So that, Brian's is different. His is, I don't know about yours back there because it's sure ain't gonna fit in that room, but part of it could in your other office or whatever, but yeah, I mean, hey, it's doable.
Yeah.
But that would be one thing that would help save on that too, so.
Absolutely.
And my other question would be, just because it was mentioned, just so I can either do some research or have the answer, the legalities of this, if we was to think about renting out to other, we can do that with no.
We would probably have to confer with our lawyer to
You
see
know,
about.
that's a good question. I have no idea, but I don't
Can
know
a-
why
can
we
a-
wouldn't.
Can the town own
Can
the
a
building
town-
and
can a
lease it? That
town-
was- Yeah.
Can a town do that?
Oh, I mean, we, when you say rent, I mean, we rent this building out, I would think we just have to have some sort of something, but I would, if it's gonna be like to one person, I would say you would do a lease,
I
and
think-
then. it
And
would
now
be
that I
this.
think about it, Crawfordsville, I think, well, I know Crawfordsville, the city owns the PNC building and they
Exactly.
lease it out to PNC,
Exactly.
which they're getting ready to kick out
Mhm.
and taking over. And I think they have that Fusion
Yeah.
51
They do.
upstairs where
They
they
do.
rent out
Yeah.
cubicles. So probably
Yeah.
is legal. I guess
Yeah.
we just want to
Sure.
check into it, make sure before we went that route,
Yeah,
if that's the route we go.
yeah, I mean, I think Tyler could draw that up and get all the dot the i's and cross the t's on that, and then, yeah, I don't know why they couldn't.
The other side to that is if we got an offer anywhere close to what it appraised for, take a lot of months of rent to
Yes.
get
Yes.
that, to get that.
And like,
You
and
know,
like
when
you
you
said, these are
get
just
I
ideas. These are-
understand,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely, but you get $100,000 and put it in the bank and try to generate a little bit of money off of it, and even
Right.
if you're not spending it, to have it there. And I mean, same time, getting whatever, $1,000 a month from a company is not bad money either, just to know that's incoming all the time, so there's just some,
Yeah. I mean,
both sides have some, we just wanna make
Yeah.
sure we think
Be open to both
through,
and see what we're doing.
through it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lease is gonna be at least a year long, so I don't know that you would be out doing anything really.
Also, I have been processing, going through all the rooms and stuff, but, nobody has any attachment to anything, like, that's broken or any.
Right.
Unless you know somebody that likes to resurrect dinosaurs, like the printer that's over there and that kind of stuff, then go for it, but nobody has an attachment. I went through all the channels and nobody has an attachment to anything, so.
Throw away or something.
Yeah, throw away.
Yeah, the 2 air conditioners over there. There's 2 air conditioners over there, dude. Nobody knows where they came from.
One came out of that office over
Yeah.
here.
It's still in there, isn't it? I think it's still.
There's two.
I think
There's
they're
two. They look the same. Oh my gosh. And then there's a TV in there, but that thing's like.
You know, I'm
It's gonna take.
wondering,
I actually have somebody that said that.
okay,
So you got 3 of them.
oh, now. People are gonna hate me for this, but I'm just kinda wondering if maybe you shouldn't make a small list and then they declare it junk and then you can throw it away. Cause that's what we have to do with
That's what
anything
we
that's
We already did.
out.
We already did.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We
And
already
then
did.
you bring it to them
Yes.
and then they declare it junk and then boom, you can throw it away.
Dave and I talked and he came through and I don't know if he brought anybody with him, but they went downstairs, they went through all of this and there is nothing, except for their room over there, which they said they can move. If we need that room, they are more than happy to pack all that up and do something with it.
The one by the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's
So,
like a closet.
It's more like a
It's
pantry.
really
Well,
not.
that's the weapons room.
Oh.
That's the actual, like, what this was built. But anyway, so yeah, he went through it and he went through everybody that he knew that would have an interest that donated stuff or whatever. Nobody wants any of it back. Nobody wants any of it. So we're good.
Yeah, I think if you just present that to them in December,
Yeah.
or if you, I mean, you don't have it now, but if you did,
Yeah.
they can declare it junk and it can
Okay.
be gone. If
Okay,
you need it
good.
gone before then, I mean.
I
if you
have
it on your
somebody
phone.
that, with the holidays coming, their crew would like to make some extra money, so they're actually gonna volunteer to help me and load it all up, and they're gonna pay their crew to, that's like a Christmas bonus to come and help get it out of here. So, cause there's some things that are gonna take lots of strong young people to get it out of here.
I would think that you guys could just make a motion for her to.
I think so too. Let's
I
just do
mean,
that now.
because you're
Does anybody
not,
have
she's asking if you have an attachment, and you're saying
Right.
If
no.
you'd like to go through everything.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion. multi-purpose. Make a motion to, throw out all of the things that are broken, junk, that has been donated through the years.
Don't serve a purpose.
That do not serve a purpose, no value.
We're keeping volunteers and tables, all that
Okay.
over there, none of that's getting touched.
That's
So-
accumulated in the center.
That's, yeah, over the years.
Okay, got it.
Wording okay?
Hmm?
Okay,
As
so
junk.
do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
That way, in case they come in between them, and you have somebody to do that, because throwing away is hard and getting rid of it's hard, so. Perfect.
Yay.
I have two things to take, don't you know.
Okay.
Okay, so then we have the empty lot offer.
I have that right here. So we got another offer on the lot. The other people, I don't know if it didn't work. I don't have the details as to the first people that wanted it, but
They've not heard
Something
back from-
They canceled, they
Yes.
canceled it,
Okay.
they were skeptical on how it was backfilled and whether they'd really be able to build on it or not. And they didn't wanna spend the money, to get it, have a core sample, whatever. Anything they need to do to see if it was actually buildable. So
Could we talk her into buying the downtown building there? It's already there. So I didn't know that, but, so we got a new offer on it from Steve Helgers for $10,000. And I did have this a little bit ago, but I told Matt I couldn't text you guys, because you can't vote by text or email, so I told him I had to wait till today and see if you guys want it. He said to either ask if you want a counter or if you accept the $10,000.
And,
What was appraisal?
13.
remind me when is it behind the?
The empty lot right now,
Yeah,
it's between the apartment building and then, the other building.
What number did the first?
Oh, it's gravel right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's gonna
Okay.
use it for a parking lot. Am I speaking out of turn?
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
he wants.
he's gonna use it for a parking lot for.
To build on it, you'd have to take all the way down to surface soil, which is probably 9 feet deep of brick and all kinds of crap. Somewhere they had that demo.
Okay.
Now we just want for parking for the apartments.
So with that, is that something that we have to go through the, what's
No.
the process of?
So Matt gave me a purchase agreement.
Okay.
The first decision is, are you gonna accept the $10,000 as that, or are you
Or
going to
counter.
counter offer?
Okay.
That would be the first step.
So, I have a question about it because, and I kind of touched base with Michelle on this. Did you, and it might have been my job to do, but I didn't do it, I don't know. Did you ask Tyler? Cause I feel like at one point, there was a discussion that if it was not within a certain amount of appraised value, we had to justify why we're selling it for that much under appraised value.
Yeah, so yes, I did ask him, but no, that's on your two appraisals that come in. So if you would have, Matt Walters did an appraisal and then we'll appraising over there. Let's say that, Matt, I can't remember what last came in 13 or 15, I think he came in 13.
They were both about the same, yeah.
They were both identical. But let's say that Wolves came in at 17,000. Then you have to justify
Why you sold it.
why one's 17 and one's 13 and what you're going to decide as what you're putting it up for sale
Okay.
because of that difference.
Okay.
You have the ability to accept and counter offer, obviously not going over 13,
Right.
but you have the ability to accept or counter offer on this purchase. So, and yes, they both came in right at 13.
What does everybody think about 10? Yay or no?
I don't have an issue with it, especially knowing it's gonna be a parking lot and.
It's not
Like,
making
it's
us
not-
any money.
No.
Right, I mean, and
Well,
People
cost us a little.
they're not-
If he's gonna use it for a parking
And
lot,
weeds, because we have to spray it.
which would help get him off the street.
Off the
and-
street, I
and
think
no
it'd
more-
be-
Yeah,
That's the only reason he wants it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd
if I
be-
park on the street with 2 vehicles, my daughter,
If there's
Right.
parks over there now, there ain't gonna be no place to park in town.
Right.
That's no reason to see.
Well,
Sure.
Will the residents park there though? Cause they told us
I
before
do.
that they were scared to park there, but that somebody would harm their vehicle.
Nah.
That was their excuse.
I don't even lock my truck. Leave tools in it all the time. I don't have any trouble out there at all.
It's recorded. We're on.
I don't let them
We're
come.
on YouTube.
I'm gonna make a motion that we will accept the $10,000 for the launch. Do I?
That's fine. You made a motion? Is that
I
what
made
you
a
just said?
motion,
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So am I gonna be the one? to
No,
sign
I
that,
think
or
I
is
have
it-
to sign it
That's fine,
because then he's
'cause you're
gonna do it
the-
electronically,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
If I find out differently, then
Just
I
let me
think
know
that's
and I
what
can
he told
swing
me.
in. Okay.
Alright, yeah,
Okay.
and I'll, I don't know, I never. We'll figure it out, yeah, that's what he said though, so I'll get that, tell Steve I'll get that to Matt, and then I'm sure
I'm just
Matt,
gonna tell him I can keep my parking place.
there you go.
I'm sitting there
Say the only
trying to
reason
park on
they
the
accepted
street.
it because of my parking
Well,
spot has to stay there,
Well, have
yeah.
you noticed I pull trailers into town, so, I'm always working, so I didn't really want him, I'm the one that went to
so
him and
are
said,
you
y'all
living
get
there
that.
now? You're
Huh?
living here in town now?
Yeah, I live in the last apartment right next door to the parking lot.
Yeah,
So it's handy for me.
He's just gonna stay on his business because he's still working on it.
Is it
Find
okay?
out if he wants them barriers
I
moved on the
can't apply till
backside.
next year.
Okay.
I just don't want to think he's not doing his job.
Concrete
He's just, I'm not his priority because other people are right now, but he's been in touch with me. I'm just keeping it on there more for a reminder. of
Oh,
myself.
So that pays your report, she's gonna
No,
be
I'll
on
ask him. He's
there
got
for a bit.
some. If you don't need them, I mean,
We need them, but if
And then.
If
when
you
he
need 'em.
sends
wants
out
them
the,
to
keep people from running through there.
Yeah.
He can explain that to
leave
you.
them,
Yeah.
but if
I
you don't
haven't
want them,
heard on the I'm
I'll
sorry,
get
you're
'em out
on
of
the
there.
baseball stuff.
I know he's got some,
I
curves and
know.
stuff that he can put out there. He's not gonna hurt the parks out there. You
No,
can't
no,
control
no.
that. That's what I told him. I said, you might as well just open the town parking. At least he's gonna keep
Charge
people off.
their
Yeah, yeah.
softball.
That's what I looked at it.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah, I'll see.
people in the back.
So-
I mean, they could pull in
So
off the
with
street.
that said,
and walk
because it
back
really
in
is a
the back.
headache
Yeah.
I go in there
as we
through
all know, right?
through the alley. I cut through there all the time.
I mean, we have
You
to
have
have
to
this
have
this
mine.
year,
So,
but I'm
lucky
saying for
that
next
new
year.
truck,
So
he's-
here's
it's hard to
my-
get
Have
it.
Bob drag
Yeah,
them
me, yeah.
and then have them.
Drive
lay
over
where
the
they're
sidewalk now.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah. All right.
It's expensive and you guys are going backwards with
Well,
that
what-
anyway.
I mean,
This is-
my understanding is it ends up being like less than $500 that we get from it, isn't it?
Oh, gosh, we only get,
I
We
feel
only
like
get like-
Josh said that his side of it would be like,
Josh is
less
just a
than
little
200
more, but
but it's like $200 or something.
at best, yeah, at best, I think his last year was like
So,
234 and hers was like 184.
so
I mean, we literally go
If-
back.
just because if I'm hearing what you're suggesting to the board is that we would potentially do away with the fees.
Correct.
We would still pay Bob to drag the diamonds, but all the coaches would be
Everything else.
responsible for lining their,
Have to
getting their
do it.
bases out, lining the fields.
Okay, and they would provide the materials to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're-
Because that way, it'll probably even out and they'll be happy that they don't have to pay
Yeah,
and they
I
can
think
come in
that's the
correct,
best
get
case
them done ahead
scenario,
of time.
honestly.
Yeah, I
So-
think that's
But they'll be
great.
ready to go as far as being lined. I mean, being drugged,
So
Drag and ready to.
I would,
correct.
does anybody have an issue with that?
No,
No.
I think that's great.
I-
Take care of it.
I would make a motion that we no
Next
longer
year.
charge the softball or baseball. Bob will still do the field dragging, but the coaches or Josh, Melissa, whoever they designate will do their own lines and provide their own line to do it, or chalk or
Materials,
whatever.
yep.
And
Yep.
tires.
Okay, I got that. How do I get a second?
Oh,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
I am gonna tell them they need to pay this year though, cause that was the agreement.
Right,
Yes.
that's just right.
And it's just because they have these contracts and those
Yes.
get looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and like I said, it does have equipment in here, but we don't stress about the equipment because Josh and Melissa know who has the equipment. I mean, to us, that's their business,
Right.
you know. So, I will tell you this, we might change the keys up there because we never get the keys turned back in.
I think moving forward like this, that'd be smart. I
There's
mean,
keys
that way-
everywhere, now,
Shouldn't
you
be
know,
any
so-
might do it, they need to be changed.
they do, they need to be changed, and Bob's like, then figure out, you know, he goes, I'm up there, so, you know, it's open, and I'm up there helping Tracy, so I don't know that they need it because we open it up and we open up the thing. Maybe with practices, they can tell Bob and he can go open the bathrooms or something, but I mean, there are keys everywhere to that concession stand, I can't even tell you, I haven't gotten turned in yet, so I'm like, I'm not making any more. So
Right.
we'll figure out something on that too, but I'll let him know. Okay,
Okay, so now we're gonna jump back up to the Gemino contract.
I didn't know what to say on that, Ryan.
Did you get anything on that? So,
Alls I got was the same email that he said he was insured,
yeah.
but I don't
Okay.
have a paper copy of anything.
So I met with him this week. And
Are they the tree people?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
he's never done any tree trimming on a right of way. So, I showed him some spots. And then I took him over to Smartsburg on a spot. And, he bid that. I told him to bid that just to see, but I actually went over there and trimmed last 2 days. I need him in the alleys because I can't get a truck in the alley. So we thought maybe he could do a day. He didn't know how to bid them because every tree's different.
Sure.
Thought maybe he could do a day or two trial, and then whatever it is, he'll charge us reasonable, and then we can base the rest of the town off that, or budget,
Right.
allocate so much money a year. We don't have to do the whole town every year. It takes about 5 years for everything to grow back, so we can do it on a 5-year rotation. It'd be less per year, but it would cover the town. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we looked into him, I'm just gonna.
What's
bring it- We looked into him for my dad's.
Uh-huh.
He does not own a bucket.
No, he's got it's called a backyard machine.
Okay,
It goes through a 3-foot gate, and that's the only reason I've talked to him.
okay.
It'll go 75 feet. And then once you get it in where you're gonna get it, it's got like lights, it'll spread out,
Right.
so you can go up that high.
Well, we went with Jones out of Jamestown
Yeah.
is who he went with, cause
Yeah.
he said I guess professionalism is what his word
Mhm.
was.
Yeah,
So
I'm not,
he had him come out and he wasn't really that, I don't like to say this, but he wasn't that impressed with him, but
Right.
I mean, everybody needs a start, I get that, but,
sure. Yeah,
that's,
tree trimming is not a glorious business,
no,
but, the only reason I even considered it is because of the backyard machine. I don't know anybody else, tree trimmer, that's got one.
Right.
Bucket truck won't work, or I would do it.
yeah.
So I don't know if we wanna give him a try. He's certified for line work, tree trimming. He just got that, he's insured.
I think we should.
Worst
because-
case, we'd be out 2 days of
Right.
something.
I think it'd be a good idea to see where it goes, because if you think about if we don't, and the
Right.
possibility of the damage
Yeah,
that could be more costly than,
oh, yeah,
you know,
right.
so I agree, we need to be proactive with
We need
that.
to figure out something. Tyler, did you get the email from Tyler on the right of ways for the alleys?
Yeah, they've got that, but before we get to that, they've all got a copy, I got it right here.
Okay.
So, with Jim, I just need to understand this, would he be a case-by-case basis, or are you saying you wanna have a contract with him, because,
It started out basically case by case, 2 days worth of work.
okay,
And then he could figure out a price to contract the rest of the town. Cause he has not a clue. When he trims a tree, he's used to either cutting it down or sculpture shaping it. That's it. This ain't nothing like that. You just go up, side trim the whole tree.
okay.
Did
Can
he
I
give
get
you-
with Tyler,
sorry.
no, can I get with Tyler for, cause I don't know if it has to be bid out, and I just need to ask Tyler, honestly, I just don't know with,
That's fair.
Yeah, I can get
and
three
by the
bids.
case by case and then the contract, because if it does, then you'll have to come up with some type of,
Did he give you any rate?
whatever.
Not an hourly rate or daily rate. He did say 7,000 over there, but I think he misunderstood me, and
told him 20 feet on each side of the line. And I think he thought he needed to clear cut it down to the ground, which we don't necessarily do that. We
Yeah.
just try to get 8 feet below the line. So I got that yesterday, so I didn't even, I mean, that's where he was, which he thought it'd taken 3 days to do that. So that's his rate, that'd be what, 1,800 or something. Not be over that 2,000.
2,200.
2,200 a day. Yeah, so, but I don't need a clear cut. I don't need a ground level thing. I just need side trimmed. And I would think he could go down an alley in the better part of the day from one side of town to the other. We got some spots that's pretty nasty in there behind, the guy that's not across from you. Well, I think he is across from you.
Steve.
Got the roof falling in.
That's Christopher Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christopher Roberts.
That's his name.
That-
Like when you
lives across from me.
kind of died.
Oh, in that terrible house.
Well, his
Oh,
whole
wow.
backyard's terrible.
Oh, I
Oh.
know.
So,
Oh, it's
It's
terrible.
like never.
He
So-
has raccoons.
But
that
he,
Wow.
he does have some. He does have some trees.
But the trees back there on our main line.
And that used to be a nice one.
Oh, yeah,
I think it'd probably be a good idea to have her kind of touch base with,
that's fine.
see if we need to get
Yeah.
those.
I can try to get like Mint City or Aspen, but
I just feel like, just because I don't know for sure, and I feel like we should maybe.
Steve Smith.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Can we make a motion that we approve it
With the
with the
contingency.
contingent that you get approval from Tyler? Because I don't,
it's gonna take me a month to get 3.
so you're good with waiting
No,
until,
He's
you're
not
good,
really, he's not really determined on a price yet either.
so you're good with waiting to give the okay until the December meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then that's fine. I thought maybe it was more pressing trying to get done before snow flies. or
Well,
whatever.
it's the thing, he's either gonna do it in November or probably do it in March, you know what I mean, April. I don't think
From a,
they'd be in the,
just out of curiosity, from a money standpoint, would it be better to try to get it done for the first year or after the first year? Does it matter?
For electrical, it doesn't
Doesn't
matter,
matter.
because it's not tax dollars, yeah. Good question,
Perfect.
but it doesn't matter, yeah. With that said, I was thinking about this today, I'm gonna send Tyler an email. Do you guys want CC on that email so that you can see his reply?
Yes.
Okay,
That would probably.
I was thinking about that today too, rather than, because sometimes I feel like I'm jumping 900 places with an email, as well as you, obviously, I'll put you on there. The only thing to keep in mind is, if you get real wordy or you keep going back and forth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he may just give you, just like you got in front of you, just like this right here. And I would have done that with this, but we just got this done today. He had to do a lot of work on this, but I'm thinking maybe that would help you guys then with questions or, not that you can't reply back to him, and I'll ask him and make sure I can do that, but
Okay.
you're not voting and you're not
We're just
discussing
being
amongst yourselves.
Right.
It's just you guys can read it just as
Right.
he brings it out, and then with a lot of people that maybe come up
Yeah.
with some good questions, because I
Right.
can't always look at it and go, oh, well, we need that, so.
Right.
I will
Yeah.
do that. I'm gonna I just didn't know if that was okay with you guys to use your emails and do that, but I think it'd be easier.
I agree.
Okay. You wanna do the alleys now?
yeah.
Okay, you all have in front of you this thing. Do you have one in front of you?
I got it.
Okay, do you want this one to read? Okay. So basically, our alleys are 10 foot. I mean, they just are. And that's the basics. We didn't find any. I got with Mike in mapping and then Brian's done his research, and of course Tyler's done his obviously really well too, but our alleys are just 10 foot. And you can see right here, the obligation, there's no obligation of any property owner to sell an easement or land or anything like that. However, on the encroachment side, the town can enforce the rights to the use of the alley by requiring removal of any encroachment, whether permanent or not. In other towns, they have used easement encroachment agreements for people to have, for example, built a fence across an alley, but it's not been a problem yet. So I think you guys really, we can do some amending to our code of ordinances. you know, a permit process for anyone that is encroaching on an alley and make penalties for it. I think that this is, you don't have to decide this, but if you would, at least take this home and look at it and think about where you want to be with it. Brian, you probably have some idea of what you wanna do with this or how it'll help.
So the town owns 10 foot, or do we actually have easements on, so the property owner technically owns to the center of all the alleys? But we have an easement of 10 foot wide.
Yes, yeah, they wouldn't, the town actually owns the alleys.
So
we can't encroach on, yeah.
So when somebody was building a fence, can they be 5 foot off their property line, or are they supposed to still have the extra 2 foot setback like they would normally make on a property line? Which isn't an easement.
What I was wanting, a setback, but the way I read that, we can't enforce that. And that's what we got now, we're 10 foot, which we got our trucks are 10 foot. So you can barely open the door. I mean, you gotta hold the mirrors in. The pole line's dead center, give or take.
Yeah.
The bucket's dead center, but you can't go up. I mean, 50 years ago when they built the line,
Nothing was that big.
nothing was that big. You didn't have AT&T, Comcast, and that's another problem. You could go straight up and get to the line. Now you can't dodge AT&T or Comcast or Spectrum. So we're kind of got our hands tied or in a bind on. I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, because I hate to have to do eminent domain and have all that on your hands. And
right.
The legal fees and.
That may be why the line hadn't got rebuilt in the last 50 years.
Well, one of the things that I don't know if me and you were talking about that, but I think I talked with Darla about it too, was like CLP moved that electric out, didn't they? Which obviously, you know, do you bring it out to the road, or so to speak? So if he does this rebuild, that might be something that is going to have to be considered on some of them that are just, because some of them are just flat out.
Well, most of them, all the service is coming from the backs.
Yeah.
So you can't hit that from the front of a house.
Is that how mine is? Coming from the
Yes.
back?
Yeah, so there's no way of hitting yours.
To take that to the front would
Like
be.
Teresa's, Maryland, well, probably everybody's.
Mine's
Except maybe yours comes in from the side, but
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
anybody in town, they come in the back, everything went down the center, and there's a pole on, usually on each end of the street, and one in the center, and then they swung it down. And that's the way it is. But what's that?
And that one, the old house, the White House in Foster's, and through that alley where there's a garage there, and then he's got a garage coming. There's not much.
And that's one of the wider ones.
Huh?
Yeah,
I can
that's
drive a
one.
pickup through that one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's an answer to that.
I think unfortunately,
I don't know what the answer is.
if there becomes a problem, our best bet, it looks like, is that easement encroachment agreement, and we're gonna have to figure out.
I think you're gonna have to do that anyway, just for the people who have stuff in the alley right now.
Right.
I think you're gonna have to bump that up a little bit
Well, I'd
because.
definitely like to see if Tyler could get us or a building or something, if we could at least make them build 2 feet off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would give me 14 feet.
Right.
But right now we're
Yeah.
on this side and this one's on this side and this, you know what I'm saying? There's not a straight alley, well, there's a few, but like even at your house, you come in and then you got a zigzag.
I mean, if it was
Then you try that in the digger truck or the bucket truck, you're scraping paint.
if the easement's all, to me, if the easement's all legal, then they would be required to build. I mean, they don't let you build anything else within 2 foot of your. And actually, I think sometimes they're up to 5 feet now for houses. They're up to 5 feet from. I think fences can be 2 feet, but houses have to be 5 feet.
Utilities usually 25 feet.
Well, when you built your pole barn, didn't they tell you had to be so far off property line?
25 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. At least going forward, I'd like to. We can't change stuff that's been there, but I'd like
Well,
to.
when we put all our stuff up, we just went with the line of where everybody's garages were, so that way we weren't, like, we knew that we weren't gonna be out in there.
If any
You have
of
to
you
move
wanna
their
try
garage
to
and
drive
move-
a bucket truck down through there,
Yeah.
you
You have
can,
to move their garage and then I'll move my garden.
then you can get a good feel of what I'm working with, so.
Where are we with the AT&T tower?
I'll make sure that Tyler knows what to
Oh,
do
my apologies.
on that.
That's fine,
Yeah. I'll ask him and see what he can work up for us, and maybe he can throw something out to you guys in December, and I don't know. I mean,
Figure it out.
kind of time.
Right.
All right, AT&T. Talked to the guy, he said they need a 75 by 75 area.
but.
Mhm.
Be bigger than that, that's good.
Wait a minute, I lied. Regarding your inquiry about the ground space, if the space is solely for AT&T, we need a 25 by 30 parcel for our tower and equipment. However, if you're consider multiple tenants, which we wouldn't, it would just be us and them on there, right? That would be 75 by 75. So 25 by 30 parcel is what he needs.
To put a tower
Mhm.
and then put our stuff on top of it.
I would think it'd be more than that, just a guy.
Guide
When we
wires.
looked into it, they told me they could put it up in the top of a church steeple. They don't need a big, like a huge space for that at all.
So it's not one of these 200-foot red light tires like they got.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like it, but yeah, when we looked into it, there in Crawfordsville, they said they've got them up in like church steeples and places like that,
I
so.
assume it's like the
Well,
one you
would it
see.
make sense to do the
Yeah.
75 by 75 in case in the future?
I'm in our steeples.
Well, I
Where-
can't imagine us having.
Where do we own 75 feet by 75 feet besides the turn plant?
That'd be the ours, but, well, 75, what's 75, we got fighting a lot, but, I mean, 70, that ain't very big.
Yeah,
No.
he said he doesn't need a huge space at all.
No.
Yeah.
And how tall is this tower?
I knew you were gonna ask me that, and I didn't ask that, I apologize.
And it would have cell phone signal on it, plus we would have our,
Correct,
Assume.
so it would actually give us some cell phone service in Darlington?
Yeah,
correct.
My God.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Don't
here
tell
that,
Doja.
when we
Don't
talked
tell
about
Doja.
that, we need to keep it relayed.
So if,
We all said, oh,
where we
okay.
got, that's, he got back with you, he's willing to do it, he wants to do this, if we're,
Wants
as a
to know
town,
if you're willing to
Okay.
let him have this space to
What's
put a
your thought,
tower
Brian?
in.
I'd like to see how tall it's gonna be.
Okay.
And how much, cause I didn't know it was gonna be that small of a tower.
You're in everything, internet would be better.
It's not, it's just the pad that's that space, so.
Well, I know,
It's gonna have guide
There's
wires.
any-
guide wires, I mean, like a pole, if you go 40 feet, you go 40 feet out. So if you go 200 feet, you're probably gonna be out 200 feet on each side.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but- Fine, but
I'll ask him.
That would be great.
I'm not against it, I'm up for it, but I just wanna make sure
Yeah.
fit it out there. We got a main line sewer that goes right through there,
Okay,
so we can't get on top of that.
I know it ain't.
Okay. I'll find out about I'll find out how tall the tower is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have anything else from the attorney report? From Tyler, other than what we got in our packet?
No, not from Tyler.
Okay, wastewater,
They, having trouble with Station 1, which is out to Toll House. There's used to have, well, it's still there, but it been disconnected for, I don't know how long, for these guys. But it used a transducer, which basically reads level. That's been bypassed, so now it's, and the backup is called a fog rod, which is a 7-foot rod. It's got contacts about every 9 inches. So it's causing some issues, and I'm going to try to go to Indy tomorrow and get a couple of them, put one in and have a spare. But probably in the spring, work on that transducer side and get that back up going. It's what it does is it doesn't kick on in time, and then it kicks on, they get flooded out there at the plant, and then it throws their levels off. The plant just can't hold it. So with the transducer, it's something that feeds the motors, the sump pumps, which are variable speed drives. So they come up, they ramp up to speed, and they run, and if it gets higher, they'll speed up. If not, they'll hold that speed. It's just not like on, off, like, because that's where they get in trouble.
Okay.
So, been working with them on that. And then out there, which is part of the same problem, there's a check valve from the plant, the office building. All the water, sewer in there, which ain't much, goes out and dumps into there. Well, the check valve's gone. So a check valve is a flap, basically. Water goes out, and then it closes. It doesn't let anything come in backwards. Well, with it not being there, sometimes stuff comes back in the building. And we got one quote for that check valve was $6,500, and they're getting hold of price. I don't think Dutchers would do something like that. That's, you know, I can talk to them, but that's more of an industrial side. I don't know what their limitations are. I can talk to them.
Price would probably be the person for it.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it'll be cheaper than the outfit out of Indy. So that's kind of where they're at now. But I don't think they have anything else.
Electric.
On that, but one other thing on wastewater, the guy that sells TK Homes, Bustle. So he built that new house. And I don't know who he said told him, but I don't know if it had been Mike or Troy. I can't see that. But anyway, it happened. So his sewer goes west. And the end of the line, there's a manhole, and it comes off Harshbarger's and La Follett's, and everything runs east. Well, his runs west, and it's like that. So all his waste dumps into the manhole, and then it's got to try to flow backwards. Well, the water will flow backwards, but all his waste won't. So you can ask your boys, they had to pump it out twice. And I did talk to them about trying to get that to where it can go straight north and key into the main line. I don't know why I got put in that way. I wasn't involved, but it's not
Doesn't
working.
make much sense.
No. So I don't know. Laterals are usually on the homeowner, but and he paid to have his lateral put in, but I don't know who said it was okay to do it that way. So I don't know if that's gonna fall back on us. Well, that would have been Troy and Mike.
Huh?
That would have been,
I
I
know,
think,
but
Troy.
did he?
I don't know.
Is that the one that?
Is he in city limits?
They're not in the city limits.
It's still in our sewer system.
Huh?
No.
They're
It's
on
still-
our sewer system.
Yeah, so it would have had to been inspected.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought,
So I don't know where we're at on that, if it's the town's responsibility, if he had it inspected, or if he did it and he says they said to put it that way, or I don't know where we're at on that. We might, do they fill out anything when they do a tap on the main?
No, they just come in and pay it if they have to.
Okay, so we don't have no,
did they?
Imagine we could ask.
I mean, I don't know
Troy.
when he
well,
was,
I'll ask
I
for
think
it,
that's why.
but
well, Bustles wouldn't have had to pay a tap on, because it was already there.
no, it's new
Yeah.
construction.
In the
We
back,
would have,
Huh?
new
we
house,
should have on that new house.
yeah, they had.
Oh, on his new house he did. I thought you were talking about the one on 625.
No,
Oh, okay.
the new one's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Because
Sorry,
if
I'm
it
trying
was,
to
if they didn't, our company didn't inspect it, because they didn't, they did and didn't, have it done right, then I think it'd be their fault, not our fault, because if we hadn't inspected it, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Am I right?
So anyway, it may come down to he said, she said, somebody said, but Dutcher's supposed to give me a quote on fixing it. Basically, just where it comes out the house, go straight north, tie in, but they haven't got back with me on that, so
The other guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
there may come up a cost on that. I don't know who's gonna eat it, but
Probably is.
It may not be worth enough to fight over,
Yeah.
Right.
so,
Right.
but it's gonna have to be done, because they pumped it out in May, and then,
Cause harsh barbers are on it.
yeah, they don't have no problems. And La Follette never had a problem. It's just because his goes one way and then tries to, all the toilet paper and solids stay right there.
Okay.
Electrical.
Yes.
So, new transformer, we got our new transformer, it's up and running, Duke's done. We unhooked the mobile yesterday,
Nice.
so. And then I got some switches for our recloser that feeds the Crawfordsville side right outside the sub. They finally came in, had Crawfordsville come out and give them a hand, I put them on yesterday, so. Everything's good out there. So, and the tree trimming thing we've already discussed. Gotta do some work for Steve behind our office there, he's wanting to move a pole. And I'm gonna try to change that pole on the north side of the skid factory, feeds the north building. There's a 3-phase transformer bank up there, so weather permits that we can get into the field. I'll buy a crop to help me on that one too, just for time. That's about it on that.
Anything for the roads? It's probably not that time of year anyway.
Yeah, it's close. I told you last month, we got salt spreader, the new one.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then we got a truckload of salt.
Oh, great.
I don't know if you got a bill yet.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I tried burying that rock. I got tired of it getting drug out in the streets, so it's like half buried. So they drive over the top of it, so be it, but well, I get called at 1:30 in the morning, rocks on Main Street. And there is a big, I assume it's a storm drain under there. I don't know where it's going. When prices start off, we'll find out, but I hit it with a shovel, so. Huh?
Still been seeing more semis in town than I'd
I
like.
know.
Well, Kevin did, I don't know if you saw the email, but Kevin has noticed too, and he's gonna start ramping up more.
It's not near like it
No,
used
it's
to be.
not near as much, but it's,
Yeah.
It's enough.
and some of it could be skewed right now, cause you just catch the tail end of
Yeah.
one and it might have been Lowe's or it might have been Fargo, so you can't really do nothing about
I was
it.
down there working on that lift station, half hour, 40 minutes. I know 3 of them that went into town, and they were all box semis.
Yeah.
And I was working down there today, and one pulled up there and started to turn east, stopped, and he's sitting there on his phone. People were honking at him. I said, "You can go that way. You got to go that way. You can't go into town." He said, "Well, my phone ain't. It won't update to tell me what to do." I said, "Well, just turn and you'll be on 47. So, at a traffic jam, it's like 3 o'clock. Cracking me up.
Anything else for Brian?
Oh, something else on streets. Met with Jake Lowe and company out of Anderson. And the stuff they put on 625, or Cassidy Road,
Microsurfacing.
Microsurface, thank you. That was that company I talked with. And he's gonna work with me on the grant thing,
Community crossing.
yes. Cause that's how they got their business started. They help small towns get community crossing and then turn around and get the money back.
Sure.
But, he said he's very knowledgeable with that.
And is it as much cheaper as Jake made it sound when I was in that meeting with him at the state?
Well, they throwed out a number of 200,000. I don't know what the 20% or.
Well, the grants change for small towns. The guy that's doing our Hazer report said, so if we ask, we can look at what we have to match, and that's what we'll base it off of.
Yeah.
So if he looks at what we have in funds, then that's what they're gonna ask for, so that we have the ability to match it.
I guess I was more so not necessarily as straight of how much money we need is it like, if I've always heard asphalt's about $1 million a mile if you were doing a road but Jake made it sound like in that meeting that I was in with him, with the state highway, that it was substantially cheaper
Well, when
than,
it's going
than
with
regular.
200,000, they thought that would do the whole town, resurface everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now you're talking,
Yeah.
now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with the 200,000.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that makes more, I just
Yeah.
thought, I thought you were going to the angle that we needed 200,000,
No,
we
no.
would get a 200,000, which is fine if that's what it is.
Yeah.
To get the whole town done,
Right.
even.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like very much
Yeah.
money at all to me.
no.
I mean, it's a
Not
lot of
compared
money.
Well, I mean,
It's
if we
a
have,
lot of money.
Consider what we,
and if we have to do 20%, that'd be 40,000.
And that's due, I mean, that's.
Yeah,
We got
that's,
that, yeah.
That's doable.
The first step is this phaser report, and then
Right.
we'll go from there.
That's awesome, Brian, thanks for,
Yeah.
thanks for,
well, you thank Jake on that one,
Yeah.
because he had him driving around and said, we got a few minutes, brought him out to the shop and we talked and,
and I think I brought this up last month. Can't remember, but it's talking about Jake. He said he would be more than happy to come in here to any meeting and explain if anybody had any questions about, sometimes when new stuff comes out, people are worried, but he said that he would be more than happy to come sit in on our meetings and explain what the situation. I know he's really happy with it.
yeah.
With the product and the results, and it's a lot less intrusive, it's a lot faster, so.
I talked to Reed Riley, of course they were against it, so.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, it's not proven, da-da-da. And I said, well, do you know anything else about it? He didn't say, because they don't do it,
Yeah,
so. Yeah, so,
that's some good news.
yeah.
Potentially.
So our streets are, most of our streets are good enough that they thought that we could do it.
Oh, nice.
None of them tore up enough that we couldn't do it, so yeah, that'd be
And your
nice.
report is gonna say that too. That's what that guy will do with the phaser report.
Yes.
He will basically
So,
dissect our roads and,
yeah.
Do
We
my,
had-
do my corner last, so I don't have to see everybody saying when people get on the town
Yeah.
board, all of a sudden you're getting.
your patch job.
You got a new corner last year, so, yeah.
People
And I say do it because then we would just takes the heat off the rest of us.
Yeah.
Gives them the chatter, something to talk about.
I don't know how long that stuff lasts. It's kind of improving there, 5-10 years or whatever, but nonetheless, it's better getting
If
it
it
built
lasted
now.
10 years, that's probably less
Yeah.
money,
Right.
money than we would spend
Oh, yeah.
at 40 or 50,000 a year putting little
Yeah.
patches on it.
Right.
Yeah. And the
Right.
thing is now, if you resurface, it's 2 inches, and we don't have no curbs. We'll be above the curbs. And then when you start rebuilding curbs and grinding or milling
Yeah.
down below the curbs, and you're just
Oh, yeah.
gets
Absolutely.
So.
And I will tell
I'm
you-
all for it from what the talk I had with Jake about it, I'm all.
And then
I
all
think
the curbs it's got, sidewalks, it's gotta be ADA compliant. Just,
Right.
it just, there's no end to,
Snowballs.
yes.
I'll tell you on the grant side of it, once I get the phaser report and apply for the grant, do the paperwork for it, that will be for a spring draw. So,
That's what he was thinking.
yeah, so I'm
Nice.
looking for a spring draw,
Awesome.
which I've got the spring draw.
So-
Hopefully
This-
this year we
But
can-
the law changed in July, and that makes a big difference for small towns,
Okay,
so
good.
I can't imagine this not getting, I mean,
Nice.
I shouldn't say that, but,
Well,
you know, unless everybody's shut down or something.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Um, everybody saw the email from
Good job.
Kevin?
yes.
Okay. Do you have anything from the park? Other than we've already covered the baseball thing.
Thanks, so he's getting ready to close it up, are you leaving?
Yeah, unless you need.
Yeah,
us.
nope.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Brian.
Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Thanks.
Hang on a minute, hang on a minute, do I have anything for you? Hang on.
For Brian?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no, I don't,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
He said he's getting ready to close,
Oh, he's gonna close the hook call Chuck always helps him, they close down the
like winterize and all that.
winterize, yeah, thank you, lost my words. And then I think he has a buyer for the gator, maybe, I don't know, it's
Okay.
kinda sitting in limbo right now
Sure.
up there. But he'll let you know just as soon as he does, and, yeah, he did close that gate because, just keep getting people doing donuts in the parking lot. and it just makes a mess.
Right.
But, you know, he'll open it back up, but it's
Right.
like, yeah. But other than that, he's just doing winterizing up there unless you guys have something for him. You don't really have anything that I'm aware
Code, oh, go ahead.
of. No, I don't. No, go ahead.
Okay, code enforcement. It's starting to kind of dwindle down for him right now.
I don't think Mike has anything at all. Yeah, because he didn't work October, so I'm pretty sure he don't have anything going
Right.
on. Unless you guys have something for Mike.
I don't. Now we're to you.
Okay. Got the Animal Welfare League contract for 2026. There's a 10% increase. So,
So what's their,
what we up to now?
what are we up to now?
We are up to, $5,763.
This is just too much. It's just,
Yeah,
Even
And for
if
them,
they-
like I said, they
and they
don't
don't
come
even
out.
come. They don't.
they don't. Now, I do have to mention something about cats, but I can do that after this because this doesn't matter with that. But,
Yeah, right.
I do need to then make a motion to not, if
Not
you're not,
accept it.
not accept it so that I can sign the denied part on it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we do not sign a contract with the Animal Welfare League of Montgomery County.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No. Okay. I'm just the messenger here, okay? Just
Oh,
the
yeah.
messenger. Please keep this in mind. It is legit though, it is legit. So I've had like 4 people come in and complain about the cats in town. Not necessarily the cats running around town, okay? So downtown, couple buildings down from the town hall, there are 12 that are being fed outside the building. So the surrounding neighbors, well, we have an issue with town hall too, but they're having
This, yeah.
feces,
The urine smell.
it's ruining the bushes,
Right.
you know. So
Right.
their question is this, and these people, myself, have dogs. They know that the county has the dog rule. They don't understand why there isn't something about the containment of cats. Because if you continue to feed them, they're gonna just continue to come. And, I mean, they're not on the count, like when I pull into work, you can count
And they'll have more babies.
all the time. So I guess the question is what they're asking you guys is there a way, can the town pass something that, let's say that you get a stray, and you feed the stray outside, can they be made to contain, like either take that cat in, or use one of the services that, I think I see it on Facebook or in the Darlington chatter, that there's like a group or something that,
Cats Limits,
Cats
Heather
Limits.
Mazzani is head of it. I've already
Okay.
talked to her about it, cause
Have you?
Denise has gone through 4 litters at her house that have just shown up at her. So she's been working with Heather to get those taken care of. Heather said Darlington has a very bad problem with cats, very bad. And she is overwhelmed. The Animal Welfare League, I don't even know if they're accepting them. My niece right now has 5 kittens that she does not know what to do with.
Why do I feel like, and I don't know how you could hardly keep it enforced, but why do I feel like the Crawfordsville, when their big sting,
There's a big thing.
they passed a ordinance that said it was illegal to feed stray cats outside your house.
they did. That's
Something about maybe
exactly where I was going next, was, because one of the people brought that in and I went to look that up. I didn't know
So
that.
did they approve it? I couldn't remember, cause
They
there was
did,
a lot of
yes,
mean,
I believe they did approve
Okay,
it.
well,
Yeah,
it's
I
what-
could ask Tyler, cause you know, their company does
I mean,
Crawfordsville
get with
too.
them, because
it
I
might, yeah, it was all over.
yeah, it was,
Montgomery
people
County
were-
chatter, and you're not gonna tell me what I can do on my property,
right,
and I get that, and it's probably not super enforceable, but
right.
at least we're being proactive. I mean,
Yeah.
an animal lover isn't, I
We
I
have-
am too, but I'm not.
We
The only
have
thing
an
I like
outside
about the
cat.
stray cats around my house is that I haven't been seeing very many mice in
They
my
keep
house.
the mice down.
They
So,
do, and we
but-
have an outside cat that she was a stray. We went ahead, got her fixed and got her taken care of. She potties at our house, I'll guarantee that, but she doesn't potty anywhere else, but she does keep the neighborhood clean. I mean,
Yeah.
we've not had any rabbits, we've not had any, she even brought a rat home one day
Mhm.
from somewhere, I told her not to do that again.
Probably
but-
the house behind us, cause
But, yeah,
their
I
garage
do-
is full of them.
I mean,
Will you look into,
I will,
so we
I
can
will.
kind of maybe base something
Yes.
if the city,
yes, yes.
is that okay
because-
with
Yes.
you all, just
I
to,
didn't know if it got passed, but
I
I know
can't
for
remember.
sure they
I-
had tried.
Well,
I know for
let
sure
me
it was
double
on
check
the
with
books.
Tyler, cause like I
Okay.
said, there's a law firm for them too, but
okay,
it's legit. I mean,
Yeah.
it's legit, and you know, I've said this, I was auditor when they passed the dog tax, and I said, why are we doing about cats?
Mhm.
And I didn't live here, because I have to pay taxes on both my
My
dogs.
Yeah.
And I have to keep them contained, and I have to keep them on a leash.
Mhm.
And I do feel, I love both animals, but I do
Right.
feel like that is, you know, something, and that was a question that this guy asked. He's like, you know, I just went to pay my property taxes and paid my dog taxes, and I'm like,
Right.
he goes, why is there not one on cats? I'm like, that doesn't mean there can't be,
right,
you know, and I know that the county's even suggested, it's different with the county though, because you're out in the country when
Exactly.
you're,
You're
you know,
not
so
in
the
a-
county couldn't address that as much as where they could with dogs, getting kids off the bus and stuff like that. So,
Right.
but when you're in a town, yes, you can. And so I will get with Tyler and find out. I told them, I said, look, nothing's gonna happen like today,
right,
but,
Oh, I understand.
I told them that I would come and I would ask,
yeah,
because
let's get a game plan, see what
We
they've got
did,
going.
didn't we used to put like traps up, like,
I don't put anything up, but I mean, they ruined my month, but it is what it is. I just,
then
There's a
what you
bunch.
gonna do with it?
there's a bunch down there.
You shouldn't be feeding 12.
Yeah.
No, we have somebody that has 36 in their barn. 36.
Oh, God.
They just multiply. I mean, like I said, my niece right now is on her fourth or fifth litter, and there are 5 males.
I think that's what I was gonna ask Brian, because I think Mary Lou said something to Brian. I was thinking that, I don't know that conversation, so I don't wanna repeat
Sure,
it, but they were
sure.
actually having a conversation about the issue too,
Yeah,
so,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's
I'll
start
do
there
that,
see what we
and,
can-
that's good, that's
Okay.
really good, so I'll put it on in December, I'm sure he can get back with me by December, I
Sure.
don't know why he couldn't, and,
Okay.
we'll address that. Okay. In 2027, this is just a thought process, okay, but it is a little bit, I need to get back with, Sandra. A couple of years ago, there was a thing in front of you guys about whether we wanted to go, how we wanted to do the election. And if you would have been short a year, if you remember that. I don't think it affected you guys yet, I think you.
Yeah, they weren't in yet.
Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't think so,
correct.
but the town didn't do it. None of the towns did it, actually. Nobody did. So what that results in 2027 is every election's super expensive. So if we have a quote, quote, big election, you pay big bucks to the clerk's office. But now what they'll do is paper ballots. And what would happen is the people in the town would come here, we would have it here, she would have a crew of Democrats, Republicans, and there she has a crew actually now passing or practicing or.
Okay, wait, but she's saying she's gonna provide the crew, cause she's trying to talk me into
Yes.
having us provide the
She
crew,
said
and
the
I
same
said,
thing
no.
to me.
Well, I know, and I
No,
told her on the
we
phone, I
can't
said,
do that.
we can't, well, really, we can't provide it anyway, when we're gonna be on the ballot more than likely, you know what I'm saying, like, you
Right.
can't get,
You
oh,
can't-
here's my mom, you know? So, yeah, and I told her that, I said, you know, now if you're, to me, they have all the access of Democrat and Republic, what you've signed up to be. But I told her that, I said, we're not gonna be able to find your crew. You know, if you've got a crew that's going around and they're doing the paper ballots, then fine again.
Right.
Now, that box is somewhere here, so don't throw that away. There's a ballot box, maybe in that old room beside the left side of the stage up on the, that's up on the shelf. I know it probably don't look like a ballot box, but it's just a big
Yeah.
box. Would you guys be okay? It would cost the town a lot less money.
I
We
go
can
for
have it here,
Cost efficiency, yes, I don't,
because I really don't know what option B is unless she told you something else,
she
because
did
she didn't.
not, but
She was
didn't go
nice
that
about it,
far.
but she's
Yeah,
just like,
and that's, yes.
I think this is the most cost efficient way for the town, because Linda will have to do it, Wayne Town will have to do it, we would have to do it. And we don't have, I think she said our last election, we had maybe 74 people. It's either 47 or 74.
When I first moved here,
Yeah, we used to
We
do
came
the
in
fire
here. I
station
came
and
in
then we.
here.
Well,
We
that
met.
was, but that was a county election. That was a
Right,
county
right.
election and the machines were in here. That's true. And this was a voting center. is what
Okay,
it was.
Okay,
It's no longer, it's not a voting center for the county,
right.
and it
We're
won't
talking
be,
just town.
yeah, and it won't be electronic, it will literally be
I'm fine
paperless.
with that.
Okay,
I love that.
now, and I mean, like, if nobody shows up, or if you don't have competition, you see what I
Right,
mean?
Right.
I don't know that you would have to go through,
Mhm.
it would be here, but there would be nobody to.
Well,
You know what I mean, it would just be what it would be, people showing up and checking the boxes.
Right.
Okay, I don't need a vote or anything,
Okay.
nobody
I
has
just,
any, like, if there was only 5 that signed up and be on, you don't even have an election, do you?
well,
I
that's,
think you
I think you still have to go through the
Yeah.
process, Marilyn.
Okay.
I mean, and so for the people that show up, because the thing is,
I didn't know.
if you don't sign your name in that you voted,
Yeah.
you can go off,
against
you would
yes.
have to re-register.
Yeah.
So they, so people still typically, I think I wanna say she said we had 74 people vote in the last one,
I imagine.
That's
Which is-
probably about right.
which is really,
Ridiculous.
That's bad.
No, did you hear how many in that county, the whole county, we did not.
it's
have-
always been
It was
low,
bad.
it's always been low, so, but I just wanted to throw that out
Yep.
there, it's not till 2027, but I wanted to throw that out there so that you guys, I didn't know what, I mean, we don't have another option in my opinion, but
No, I agree.
to tell you what it was gonna, come
Yeah.
up. Like my mom, she's asked me 100 times if there's an election this year, and I told her, no,
Right.
no, not because she's afraid she's gonna miss and not have to go resign back up.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's not an election.
Yeah.
Well, the TV, it's not here, so.
Right.
But that's gonna come up in 27, and I was just gonna get back with her and say that I had talked to you guys. She was gonna come explain to you how it all was, and I'm like, I don't think that's necessary. I think they understand paper ballot,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mike came and asked you guys about money, me and Jennifer were talking about this too, about that opioid money. And I don't wanna sit here and say, no, he can't have it, because there's restricted and unrestricted. Restricted is obviously just exactly what it says, it's restricted money. That's gonna change because that restricted money is gonna go to the county. And then, like, probably starting in January. But the unrestricted fund, there are some towns that gave it to the fire department, like for garage door, and a couple of other different things. However, most of it, and there's a spreadsheet of all the cities and all the towns in the state of Indiana, county, cities, and towns, and how they've used it. And most of them haven't used it. Most of it's just sitting there because there's not huge funds there. But they've been using it for a K-9 program, and they've been using it for radios for the police department. So I asked Kevin, because his radios are used in his truck. He got them from EMA 2 years ago. They were
Okay.
getting new ones, and so he just got their old ones. So I talked to him today about if he was gonna have to get new ones, because the sheriff department is making some changes. I don't wanna say that publicly because I don't know all the changes, but something about the radio frequency or something like that. If that change happens, then he's gonna have to do some
He's gonna have to
changes
do
in this
some
one down
changes,
here.
right.
So I told Mike that I would ask you guys tonight to maybe just hold up on that first before we did the other way, just because,
Going to encrypted.
yes,
going
just
to encrypted
because,
radios where scanners won't.
yes. And so therefore, that's why I don't want you to think I wasn't addressing it or ignoring it. I
No.
told Mike that too, and he goes, no, that's fine.
So he's aware that
yeah.
we're gonna cut.
And
this out.
honestly, it would be a situation that he would have to preserve. I mean, it's like $15,000 for them to get that generator. He would just have to tell us where it was, and that check would go, what little portion we had would go, just kind of like the sidewalk. I'd write that check out to the
Right.
company.
Right.
So that's just kind of sitting on hold for right now until we see if he has to get a whole new set in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know what that whole new set costs.
I mean, it's,
I have no idea, but I know he potentially said he might have to have that today.
right.
Okay. You have your billing in front of you. If you have any questions on that, we'll probably do the sidewalk thing.
Yeah.
Because, talk about snow. Is there anything else that you want on the bottom of the electric bill for the month of December? That you can think of?
People go out and you get December, wishing them holidays.
Of course. Yep. Alright. I'll put keeping your sidewalks there, but, you know. Feel part of this. Alright, that's all I have unless you guys have something for me.
Okay, Marilyn, do you have anything?
No, I don't. I just thought, and of course, I wasn't home all Halloween night, Mike and I were gone, but it seemed like it went well. Or did it?
We served 184 hot dogs at the fire department and hot chocolates. So, me and Bob. And there's others for too, but I mean, it was a lot, and it was fun. It was
Legion
fun.
packed,
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
rows deep all the way
Nice.
around.
And I know Brian's church was packed. I mean, we had it out there with everybody doing what they were doing, and so I think it went really
I know
well.
some people from like Crawfordsville, they like to come to the smaller towns.
They do, I've
Because they
seen
don't
that.
like the bigger towns.
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of good compliments on there about Darlington and Hollywood, actually.
Good,
So that's
good, that's good to hear.
Well, I didn't think we had any smashed pumpkins.
No,
we did,
Yeah.
we
Like
did.
that.
Yeah.
You know, usually
Some of
that
the
always
streets are-
happens.
I know, it always does. In our end of town, always.
Oh,
and I'll tell you, those kids that came to that fire department, they were just as polite as could be.
Oh,
The
good.
other firefighters and stuff were having them in the engine and doing that
cool.
side, and
That's
so,
cool.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
they
neat.
like
The
that
fire
stuff.
department did a good job of putting it on and doing that too, so,
Great.
yeah.
Jennifer?
Nothing.
Jeremy?
I have one question, cause I had a realtor friend ask, and I know we have a policy, no roosters. Is there a maximum amount of chickens? 6, okay. That's what I couldn't remember. I knew I'd read it
Chickens
before.
and no rooster,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't want a rooster. in
No, I just,
I used to
I
clean
had
the
a
house on
realtor,
Ladoga,
somebody
and that's all I
interested in
heard.
a house somewhere, and she asked, and I
Yeah.
said, I know no
Oh.
roosters, but I don't know about the numbers, so I will let her know.
Yeah.
Teresa?
100.
I just have one thing to let you all know that I found out at the fire department meeting when I went to it last week. The fire department's been paying $1,500 a month for use of the fire hydrants. But as of next year, that money's gonna go on the ratepayers and not, the fire department won't have to pay because Aqua does not charge any other fire department that money for hydrant
Why are
rental,
they doing that to
for
Dark?
hydrant rental.
So our water bill's gonna go up.
$35 a year.
Oh, a year?
Yeah, so that's not bad.
No,
No.
$35 we can
I'd rather,
handle.
yeah, I'd rather
I'd
do
rather
that
us
than-
pay it like that than the fire department
Yes.
have to try to come up with $1,500 every week to pay for those, and some of them don't even work.
Right.
So, because
Okay.
they're charged by the number of hydrants we have.
Doesn't
So
make
I
sense
thought
why
that
we'd
was,
be the only one
I
in
know.
town they're charging.
I thought that was pretty good, that.
I don't know.
It was always
I
terrible.
wouldn't be paying it if I didn't have a contract in front of me. I don't understand why they are. I don't understand why Aqua hasn't. I'm just being honest with you, I don't understand why they haven't produced a contract that tells them why they are when no one
No,
else
they
is.
they can't. Everybody's tried to get a hold of them from the,
Maybe that's why they backed off and they're gonna do this now.
yeah,
And when's that gonna start? January?
in January.
Okay, good.
But I thought $35 a year is
I'll
not,
take that.
not bad.
Yeah.
When you divide it over 12 months, it's not that bad.
Right.
But those fire hydrants seem to be working.
Yes,
That is their job.
they do.
That's
I know.
absolutely.
His job.
I know.
Yeah, they have a lawsuit on their hands if the one
Absolutely.
right next to your house
Mhm.
doesn't work and causes, they
Absolutely.
could have put your
A
fire out.
delay,
and
yeah.
Mhm.
Gotta
Yeah.
drive somewhere else.
We have no public. Next meeting's December 4th, 5 PM. Do I have, oh, I don't have anything. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All
Need to sign,
opposed?
we gotta sign papers. don't
Yep.
we?
Oh,
And please, because I had some from last time that weren't signed. No biggie, they probably got stuck behind a
Okay.
paper clip. So if you see something and go, we didn't discuss it, it's because it's from the last meeting, I need it signed. So, there's a couple minutes there, because I had minutes that didn't get signed, so.
Well, I can't write very good tonight. My handwriting's shaky.
Mine's horrible.
Uh-oh, it already stopped itself. Well, that's not good. Let's try again, it says. Really?
Well,